ബോംബെ മെത്രാസനത്തിൻ്റെ വൈവിധ്യ മേഖലകളിലെ വളർച്ച, ദൈവത്തിൻ്റെ അത്ഭുതമാർന്ന ഇടപെടലുകളുടെ അനേക നിമിഷങ്ങൾ, ചരിത്രത്തിൽ ഇടം പിടിച്ച നല്ല സ്മരണകൾ ഈ യാത്രയിൽ നമുക്ക് അയവിറക്കുവാനായി ഇവിടെ മനോഹരമായ ഒരു വീഡിയോ ആയി തയ്യാറാക്കിയിരിക്കുന്നു. കഴിഞ്ഞ 50 വർഷങ്ങളിലെ ചില സുവർണ നിമിഷങ്ങൾ മനോഹരമായ ഈ വീഡിയോയിലൂടെ നമുക്കായി തയ്യാറാക്കിയ ശ്രീ സാജൻ വർഗീസ്, ശ്രീ അമൽ കുരുവിള, ശ്രീ റോഹൻ ഏബ്രഹാം ഈശോ എന്നിവരെ നന്ദിയോടെ സ്മരിക്കുന്നു. Let us now watch a video presentation capturing the 50 glorious years of the Bombay Diocese.
50 golden years, 50 years of faith, service, and a journey rooted in the apostolic footsteps of Saint Thomas. Welcome, dear friends, as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Bombay Diocese of the Malankara Orthodox Syrian Church. The story of our church begins over 19 centuries ago when Saint Thomas, one of the 12 apostles of Jesus Christ, arrived in India in 52 AD. He brought with him the light of Christ, and though he met his martyrdom in Mylapore, Madras, his mission sowed seeds of faith that continue to flourish even today. The early church was united, peaceful and tolerant, a shining example of harmony. In the 4th century, Thomas Kana arrived from Edessa with a colony of about 400 people. Later in 660 AD, 2 Persian bishops accompanied migrating families to our land. By the 13th century, explorers and traders from Portugal, the Netherlands, and Britain began arriving in India. While these encounters disrupted the church's indigenous character, the faithful persevered. The St. Thomas Christians, later known as Syrian Christians, followed the Syriac rite, adopting the Syriac language in worship. Over the centuries, the church faced trials, divisions, and challenges, giving rise to many fragments. Yet through every trial, the orthodox and indigenous spirit endured. A significant turning point came in 1912 when the establishment of the Catholicate at Kottayam, Kerala. The Malankara Orthodox Syrian Church became autocephalous, governed by the Catholicos of the East and the Malankara Metropolitan, making a new era of independence and vision. With His Grace Alvarez Mar Julios joining the Orthodox Church in the late 19th century and consecrated on 29 July 1889, and taking over responsibilities of outside Kerala and Ceylon provinces, the Malankara Orthodox Syrian Church started to spread its wings to other parts of India as well as outside India. His Grace Alexios Mar Theodosius, taking charge as the Metropolitan of outside Kerala Diocese in 1938, gave a big boost to the growth of the church outside Kerala. Mar Theodosius was instrumental in starting the outside Kerala mission, through which he trained a group of educated priests and appointing them to important cities in India and outside. At the turn of the century, and particularly after the First World War, the members of the Malankara Orthodox Syrian Church began to migrate to Mumbai, formerly known as Bombay, for livelihood and business opportunities. As the community members increased, the need for a worshipping place and a priest to look after the spiritual needs of the community was very much felt. As a result, Reverend Father Thomas Kotatuvilla, the then vicar of Orthodox Syrian Church Alapi, visited Mumbai and celebrated Holy Kurbana in St. Mary's Church, Parel in 1943. Subsequently, the Holy Kurbana was celebrated at St. Peter's Church by the generosity of the Bishop of Bombay and the Cowley Fathers. This arrangement continued till our own church, St. Mary's Orthodox Syrian Church in Dadar, was consecrated on 9th December 1951 by the late lamented His Holiness Moran Mar Baselios Givargis II. Mrs. Achama John Matai deserves special mention in this regard. as she spearheaded the efforts of the church building committee as its chairperson and was instrumental in not only collection of funds for Bombay and Kerala but also in securing a plot of land from Bombay Municipal Corporation. Since then, large number of Orthodox Christians have moved to Mumbai and outside India, and consequently our churches grew and spread to other places. Today, we have 55 churches and 56 priests in Bombay Diocese. In 1960, His Grace Matthews Mar Athanasios, who was later elevated as the Catholicos of the Malankara Church as His Holiness Moran Mar Basilios Marthoma Matthews I, took over as the Metropolitan of outside Kerala Diocese, resulting in further growth of the outside Kerala Diocese. In 1976, the outside Kerala Diocese was divided into three: Madras, Bombay and Delhi. Bombay became a diocese under the guidance of His Holiness Basilios Marthoma Matthews I, with late lamented His Grace Dr. Thomas Mar Macarios as its first metropolitan. Initially, the diocese's reach was vast, spanning India, the Gulf, Africa, America, Canada and Europe. But by 1978, boundaries were refined to Maharashtra, Goa, Gujarat, parts of Karnataka and Gulf countries like Bahrain, Qatar and Saudi Arabia. The diocese flourished further under His Grace Dr. Philippos Mar Theophilus, who took over as the Metropolitan of the Bombay Diocese in 1979, known as the architect of with vision, compassion and determination. Under his leadership, charitable trusts were registered, schools were founded, and the Malankara Orthodox Church Council of Bombay, or MOCCB, became a beacon of education, running 9 schools and 2 colleges today. The diocese, with its vast scope for development, did not have a permanent diocesan center or bishop's house. Fortunately, we got a plot of land at Vashi on lease from Sitco, and construction began in 1986. The 3-story Aramana building with a church, bishop's residence, residences for visiting priests and a conference hall got ready in 1989. The Aramana was consecrated by His Beatitude Matthews Mar Kurilos Catholicos Designate and inaugurated by the then Governor, His Excellency Sri Brahmananda Reddy. The diocese also expanded its spiritual and social outreach, transferring holy relics, establishing headquarters in Vashi, and providing immediate relief during crises, such as the Iraqi invasion of Kuwait in 1990. The diocese's commitment to service is timeless. In 1991, His Grace Givargi joined the Assistant Metropolitan, Bombay Diocese. For 6 years, Kurilos Tirmeni was closely associated with Theo Tirmeni, gained and vision. The baton passed to His Grace Givargis Mar Kurilos, who continues to shepherd the diocese with wisdom and vision. Under his leadership, substantial growth took place in the field of education, including a degree college and 2 management colleges. Initiatives like the Theo Institute of Eastern Studies, Spiritual Revival Ministry, and extensive humanitarian projects, including relief during the COVID-19 pandemic, have strengthened both faith and community. Today, the Bombay Diocese stands as a living monument of worship, service and education. From schools and colleges providing education and nutritional training for and care in is also a center of innovation through digital outreach, publications, apps and online initiatives, ensuring the faithful remain connected, informed and spiritually nourished. A center of innovation. The Gregorian through digital outreach, publications, apps and online initiatives, ensuring the faithful remain connected, informed and spiritually nourished. The Gregorian community, nestled in Roha, is a shining example of this mission, an integrated hub of education, healthcare, and social welfare guided by faith. The Gregorian Special School is a case in point, caring for the differently abled. From the early footsteps of St. Thomas, through decades of vision and leadership, to today's thriving diocese, this journey of 50 years is more than history. It is a living testament to faith, dedication, and service. It is years of faith, service, and community. Let us dedicate ourselves to many more years of walking in the footsteps of Christ, spreading light, hope, and love. With the increasing responsibilities and commitments, it is appropriate and timely that His Grace Dr. Georgis Mar Theophilus has joined hands with Kyrillos Tirmeni as Assistant Metropolitan from 2023 onwards to jointly take this mantle forward. As we look to the future, let us carry forward this legacy of courage, compassion, and devotion. Let every parish, every school, every mission be a beacon of hope. Let every act of service be a testament to our faith. For the story of the Bombay Diocese is not just in the past, it lives in each one of us, in every prayer offered, in every hand extended in love. 50 years of faith, 50 years of service, 50 years of love, and the journey continues.
Request His Holiness Baba Tirumeni, Kyrillos Tirumeni, Alexios Mar Eusebius Tirumeni, Johann Mar Polycarpos Tirumeni, Jacob Mar Elias Tirumeni, and also His Grace Dr. Georgis Mar Theophilus Tirumeni, along with our dignitaries, to kindly come closer to the lamp for the lighting of the lamp.
കഴിഞ്ഞ 50 വർഷം നമ്മെ വഴി നടത്തിയ ദൈവത്തെ സ്തുതിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് സത്യപ്രകാശമായ ക്രിസ്തുവിൻ്റെ വിശ്വാസം വിളിച്ച് നമ്മുടെ ജീവിത വഴികളെ പ്രകാശിപ്പിക്കണമേ എന്ന് നമുക്ക് പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കാം. വിളക്ക് തെളിക്കുന്നതിനായി പരിശുദ്ധ ബാവാ തിരുമേനിയെയും അഭിവന്യ തിരുമേനിമാരെയും വിശിഷ്ടാതിഥികളെയും ഈ സമയം സാദരം ക്ഷണിച്ചു. പരിശുദ്ധ പിതാവ് അഭിവന്യനായ കൂർലോസ് തിരുമേനി, അഭിവന്യനായ പോളികാർപ്പോസ് തിരുമേനി, അഭിവന്യനായ യൗസേബിയോസ് തിരുമേനി, അഭിവന്യനായ ഏലിയാസ് തിരുമേനി, അഭിവന്യനായ തേഫ്ലോസ് തിരുമേനിയോടൊപ്പം വന്യനായ KM ജോർജ് അച്ഛൻ, വന്യനായ MP ജോർജ് കോർപ്പിസ്കോപ്പ, മലങ്കര ഓർത്തഡോക്സ് സുറിയാനി സഭയുടെ അൽമായ ട്രസ്റ്റി ബഹുമാന്യനായ റോണി വർഗീസ്, ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട ഭദ്രാസന സെക്രട്ടറി വന്യ തോമസ് കെ ചാക്കോ അച്ഛൻ, ഗോൾഡൻ ജൂബിലി ജനറൽ കൺവീനർ ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട എബ്രഹാം ജോസഫ് അച്ഛൻ, ഈ ഭദ്രാസനത്തിൽ ഇതിൻ്റെ ആദ്യകാലങ്ങളിൽ ശുശ്രൂഷ അനുഷ്ഠിച്ച വന്യനായ ജോർജ് പനയ്ക്കാമറ്റം അച്ഛൻ, സെൻറ്റ് മേരീസ് സ്കൂളിൻ്റെ പ്രിൻസിപ്പൽ ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട കെ പി വർഗീസ് അച്ഛൻ, ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട അശ്വിൻ ഫെർണാണ്ടസ് അച്ഛൻ, ഭദ്രാസന കൗൺസിൽ അംഗങ്ങൾ, ഭദ്രാസനത്തെ മുൻ നയിച്ച ഫോർമർ ഡയോസിഷൻ സെക്രട്ടറീസ് ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട യൗനാൻ മുളമൂട്ടിലച്ഛൻ, ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട തോമസ് വർഗീസ് അച്ഛൻ, സഭാ മാനേജിംഗ് കമ്മിറ്റി അംഗങ്ങളായ വൈദികരും അൽമായരും സ്റ്റേജിൽ കടന്നു വന്ന് തൽസ്ഥാനങ്ങളിൽ ഇരിക്കണമെന്ന് വിനയപൂർവ്വം ഓർമ്മിപ്പിക്കുന്നു.
താങ്കൾ ആദ്യമായിട്ടാണ് ഈ ചാനൽ കാണുന്നതെങ്കിൽ ദയവായി സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുക. സർവശക്തനായ ദൈവം ഏവരെയും സമൃദ്ധമായി അനുഗ്രഹിക്കട്ടെ.